Hello, welcome to the Soulprint mini readings. I want to take a look at Jack Smith. He's somebody that we look at fairly regularly because he's got some really important stuff on his plate, and we're hoping that brings to fruition, the indictments, so that the crime wave, literally, under the former guy can be brought to a halt and drawn in, and there be consequences for some of his actions. Somebody asked me, so I'm going to yes no this, and then I'm going to look at the cards for a fuller picture. But somebody asked me if Merrick Garland, would adhere, would do what Jack Smith is asking to be done. Because ultimately, whatever Jack Smith finds, it has to go to Merrick Garland and he has to say yay or nay. So the question is Merrick Garland going to say yay to um, Jack Smith's recommendations regarding Trump? Yes. Okay. All right. So let's take a quick look-see at how Jack Smith is doing. Seems like they're getting closer and closer and closer, boy. Um, there's a lot of scuttlebutt going on. So let's just do a quick look and see what's going on here, shall we? Check in on Jack Smith. Check in on Jack Smith. Check in on Jack Smith. You know what I find really interesting? Unless I have missed it somewhere, I don't know that there are any like current pictures of Jack Smith. The ones that they sort of show repetitively on television seem to be from a previous time and space because they used those pictures when he was still overseas, recovering from the bicycle accident. So kind of interesting that he is like that low key, and you don't hear about sightings of him anywhere. It's just curious. Maybe after the Mueller investigation, maybe the media has decided to cool it and just let these people do their job. Okay, so Jack Smith, what do we have here? Okay, all right. He's getting information that nobody thought he could get. And whether he has to sort of bully that out of people or whether he uses the courts to bully it out of people, he truly is leaving no stone unturned, because it really feels like the more he finds out, the more appalled he becomes. To have the court, to have the laws of the land so abused and almost bastardized, um, by one man. And so there is a very, very good working relationship, not only between him and his team, but between him and Merrick Garland. And so you can rest assured that when he finally presents the entire package, um, it's going to be like almost flawless, like really, really well thought out. People are going to, there's going to be a great deal of clarity to it. And yes, there are going to be indictments. And it's interesting because for some reason I'm getting the feeling that um, the actual trials are going to be expedited somehow, so that some of this stuff is sort of done and dealt with, adjudicated kind of before the real run up to the election. So that's interesting. It does look as if ultimately we are going to be pleased and happy with the results. It may even in many ways pull some of the divisiveness sort of back together. Not all of it, not all of it. The mega diehards are the mega diehards, and they're not going to be anything else. But there are people out there who are just still kind of scratching their head. And at some point, it's going to start becoming really, really crystal clear about what was going on. And so we've got, two cards here talking about, good emotions and happiness, et cetera, et cetera. And this is about the community. Um, Interesting. We have the Queen of Cups here. And yeah, I think that this has to do with him keeping his emotions out of it. His focus is on protecting and giving voice to the laws of the land. And just in case anybody was confused, there's a lot of stuff he is finding out. And this is not going to boil down to an indictment for something. This is going to be several indictments for several different things. So go, Jack Smith, go. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.